Hey guys, so welcome back to So You Want to Make Music. We're going to show you a track from the beginning, how we make it and the process we go through. We've already started, but we're just going to break it down bit by bit and go through it.
Dylan's going to ask questions along the way, stuff that we feel you guys might benefit from seeing, and let's get started. So just play out the track, what we have so far.
I wake up, no makeup, I do it all over again. Tequila for breakfast, I go out and I spend time with my friends. I should've known you were trouble, yeah. I should've known you were trouble, yeah. Lost without you, hey, lost without you. Lost without you, hey, lost without you.
Cool. So it's not going to be the greatest track ever. We're just trying to show you guys how we generally will structure a track. We always start with vocals, and we've done it in a way where, you know, if you can get Splice, where we got the vocals from, then you can literally copy this step by step and see if you can come up with the exact same result. Okay, so fire away.
So, first of all, how did you get the vocals?
Okay, so we use a website and an app called Splice. If we go to Google, right, so Splice load up like this. You can see all the recent releases stuff. You can search for samples here like kick or guitar. You can even break it down into the key of your track if you want. So we went to the stuff that we've liked, and we went through this Dyson pack here, the voice of Dyson. She sounded really amazing, and we didn't need to do too much in terms of processing, so it was easy to go. Yeah, so once you download something from Splice, it goes into this app here, and you literally just drop onto your track, make sure it's in the same tempo and key as your track, and you're good to go. Anything else?
So BPM of the vocal.
Alright, so most of the time when you can download something from Splice, it'll give you the number there, which is your BPM. So we've changed the track to 100 beats per minute, and we know now that the track is in G minor.
So what does that mean, the track's in G minor?
Okay, so if we show you the chords now, this first chord here is a G minor.
What is the difference between G minor, G major, and what is a G minor?
Okay, so that's selected, yep. So a G minor is 3 notes up from the root note. The root note is G, and 3 notes up is, now if you wanted a major, that's 4 semitones up from G. So sad, happy. It's kind of a way to remember them. As you can see, the root note isn't here. What we've done is we've taken it up an octave, which is shift and up and down to move by an octave. We've got a C note, which just sounded good. Sounded more sad and emotional, so we kept that. And we've got a D there as a 7th note up from the root note.
How did we get the C note?
The C.
Just by playing about.
Yeah, there was no exact science or theory behind it. It just, what we like to do is we get like the very basics of the chord, which would be this, and then we sort of play around. We take it up an octave. We're kind of liking that better, but it all sounds a bit too spaced apart. So we take like other notes. Don't really sound right. Sounds okay. We preferred that, so we went with that. If we bring that back, and the reason I'm taking it back rather than leaving that there is because we've done some, as you can see there, they're not all hitting exactly on the bar. The reason we've done that is this helps to create a realistic sound. Like a pianist, when they're playing a piano, you know, if they hit it exactly the same time, it kind of sounds a bit electronic, which is kind of cliche since we're making electronic music. But if you play it like, you get more of a realistic sound. So
How'd you do that? How'd you take him a bit off?
Oh, right, okay, so So what we would have done is we would have had the notes all on the bar, like so. Legato there, I'll explain legato in a sec. So we shorten them by one note, which is shift and left, and then we would have taken the top note. We always leave the root note where it is. I've heard it somewhere that you sort of, the more right you go on the piano, so like your thumb on the left side would play the root note. The more right you go with your hand, the more it's off. So we leave the root note where it is, and each note from the top, so you hold it in, press command, and then drag it out a tiny bit. Same with this one, but just a little bit less. Same with this, but just a little bit less. And then we would have done that to all of the notes, and then, but they all still would have been that short. So what we've done is we've highlighted all and pressed legato, which takes each note to the very start of the next note. Okay, so to achieve that soft piano sound, we've just simply took the velocity down. If it's at the top, you drag that down a little bit.
What is the velocity?
Velocity is how hard you play a note. So C, or C again. Just depends what kind of thing you're going for. For this, we wanted to start off very soft, emotional, and build it up throughout the track. Right. Any other questions about the chords?
Obviously, just going to the next bit.
I think with the
chorus bit.
I should've known you would.
Yeah, I mean, even from this one, we've gone up a little bit on the velocity just to start building it up naturally.
I should've known you were trouble, yeah. I should've known you were trouble.
Right, so this part.
We'll go into this bit and then say how we've.
Oh yeah, sorry first. So same chords, except we've took the root note and moved it down by one semitone. Sorry, one octave. That's just the chorus. We want it to be a bit bigger, so the way to do that is to add more notes. And we've also took up the velocity a lot as well. Okay, so for this part, we felt it was a bit empty without it.
I should've known you were trouble, yeah.
So we created this. Right, I'll take this all off so you can hear how it was made. Okay. Alright, so all we did was we took it up an octave. It's just this.
Know you were trouble, yeah.
Shift and press up on transpose. And we used the complex pro setting. Then we added a distortion with guitar rig. And the Atmo Get setting. We've added some reverb and delay. We used the Valhalla room and a H delay. Then we've used what we call the radio effect, where you take the very bottom out and the very top out and you just sort of leave the mids. And then we've took out some resonant frequencies. I'll take these up and show you. So we took that right out and this one as well. A little less piercing on the ears then.
Did you go into how you went in and walked it or not?
No I didn't. Okay, my bad. So
My bad, I was daydreaming as well.
So the first thing we'd have done, sorry, we would have warped that. Because if you was to take, say, this sample here, just paste it there for, without warping it, when you start pitching up samples, pitching up or down, it's going to either, sample's either going to get longer if you pitch it down, or if you pitch it up it's going to get shorter. So when you warp it, Ableton keeps it at the exact same length. So if we change that now, if I drag this down you can see better. The exact same but without warp on. Or if you go down an octave and you start getting weird sort of results. Which can sometimes be cool, but for this we wanted it to be the exact same. Okay, and that's all for that. Ooh, what now? What now? So we got some chorus vocals from the Dyson pack as well. Again, no processing, just added in.
Lost without you, hey.
We've got the chords underneath them.
Lost without you.
And then we got some more, we got another piano. This is the Nexus piano concert from the dance orchestra.
And how did you get that?
Just
Trial and error.
yeah, trying out different piano sounds, see what complements this one well.
The exact same.
Yes, I believe so. Yep, same exact chords. We literally just duplicated that, deleted these, got rid of this utility, which is just doing some automation there. Gone into Nexus and tried out some more piano presets. Usually what I do on this though is I'll add like a widener, but just for this one it didn't really sound like it needed it. Then we have some strings. And what Dylan did on this was we made it go like from very soft to being very bright and out there. And the way he did this was with the
Velocity.
the velocity, it's like a line in it. So what you do, you highlight everything, that one as well, and then you press Command, and if you press just before the velocity thing, or actually on it, you can create like a diagonal line, so it'll go up smoothly. As you can hear by this point. It just keeps getting bigger and bigger. We made these in the, well, we didn't make them. We took them from the Philharmonic VST. We used the full strings preset, and then we added a bass from Trillion.
And what's the bass for? And how do you know the bass note?
Okay, so your bass note, we would have, for instance, we would have took these chords, and your bass note is your root note. And then we would have shortened that. You can shorten something by half an hour and by pressing this 2 on the left. Fuck, don't do that. Have to shift and left it. And then Command C, Command V. And then just take these and Command D them. Delete everything. Now that sounds a bit weird. I think that's because the velocity is all the way up. But I think they're actually down an octave yet. So that's how we made the bass for that, and that's just just the Retro 60s full range preset. That's just filling out the very, very lows of everything. And it also adds a bit of drive. You can really you can tell that something's coming when you got like a low bass guitar in there, especially for build-ups. That's all we've got for
now, for episode 1.
Yeah, for part 1 of this. Any other questions that we need to go over?
No, just think you know, just follow this, try and copy everything we've done, and as we go through the episodes, by the end of it you should make a full track, should know how to do a lot of things.
Yeah, we're just going to keep building on this now. We'll walk you through everything we've added to this during the next part. We're going to get all the way to the drop in episode 3. Episode 4 will all be about making a drop, and then we're going to do effects and so on. We're going to make a full track out of this, and hopefully you guys take a lot from it. Okay, see you in part 2.
See you later, guys.